is Huck Sachse Hofheimer. I'm from Madison East High School, and this is my prep profile.
Huck, that's an interesting first name. Who named you?
My parents named me. I think it was kind of just a spur of the moment thing. It was pretty. They didn't really deliberate on it much. They just saw the name and they loved it. So
That's a little interesting. And then, is it a hyphenated last name?
it is a hyphenated last name.
Mom and Dad?
Yep.
And swimming and sports, two sports, how are those compatible for you? How have you made it work at the high school level?
Well, soccer I've been playing pretty much before I could remember. I've had a ball at my feet like the first days I could walk, and that's really been implemented in me by my parents. My dad played soccer and he loved soccer, and my mom likes soccer too. Swimming was kind of a thing that I didn't pick up until freshman year. I had a lot of friends joining the swim team, and I thought it'd be fun to try out, and I loved it. The coaches were great. The people I did it with were great, and I ended up doing it through senior year, and I loved it.
How difficult is it to compete in two sports at the Division I level at a school the size of East?
It's definitely a big time commitment. You don't have a lot of time during the week to do much except for practice and study and whatever else. But it's definitely worth it. You make a lot of friends. You have a lot of good experiences. You're healthy. It's always going to be worth the effort and worth the trouble, because in the end you'll feel good about yourself and you'll have a lot of great experiences to go with it.
And you list both your parents as your role models. Is that school and sports?
School and sports, yeah. My dad, he played soccer at the UW, so he's one of my big sports role models. He actually used to be my youth coach before I started doing club soccer in 7th grade. So he's been a big factor in how I play, what I play. He's really influenced me in that way. And then my mom, she used to be a big marathoner. She did the Ironman, and that's also been an inspiration for hard work. And obviously, they're always on my case to get my work done. So I couldn't do it without them.
Any thoughts about doing track? Since you said your mom's a marathoner.
I actually tried it out, and usually I would have done track, but spring semester I usually do club soccer. So that's always been kind of a conflicting thing for me, but if I hadn't been doing club soccer, I probably would have ended up doing track.
And what club? Have you been with the same club all the way through?
Yep, it's MFC, Madison Football Club. I've been playing with them since 7th grade. So.
And you've also picked two sports that can be lifetime sports. Always swim and a lot of soccer for older athletes too. And
Absolutely.
Is that something that you thought about too when you're doing those? That this is something I can do the rest of my life?
Yeah, I mean, swimming obviously is a very non-contact sport. It's something that you can do to keep in shape and keep healthy for the rest of your life. I know of a lot of older people that swim, and soccer too. Like even now, I'm playing in a futsal league, which is like a Brazilian style soccer, and I'm playing in my dad's league with like 40, 50, 60-year-old men, and it just gets better with age. I mean, it's a sport that you can play and have fun, and it's not hard to get into. So, I mean, I'm glad I'm playing these sports now.
You might have the edge a little bit on youth and speed and still
bit,
stamina,
yeah.
but they've got the wiles. They know how to play the game, don't
Yeah,
they?
they know how to play it.
For you, when you look at your time at East, what stands out about this school? What makes Madison East special to you?
It's just a really diverse community. I've met a lot of people, and I've experienced a lot of cultures that I probably wouldn't have experienced at other schools, and that's been awesome. It's been really great.
You said the sport you wish you could play, squash?
Squash, yeah, I mean, I've always heard about squash. I mean, my grandpa used to play a little squash. It's been exciting. I've played racquetball before, and I've been told that's similar to squash. So, I don't know. It's just something different. It's something that I've never really got into very much, but it's another sport with a lot of longevity, and I just think it'd be cool to play.
Now, you've had an interesting high school career. You spent some time away from East High School.
Yeah, I did. I actually, my second semester of junior year, I lived in Calama, Chile, and that was an amazing experience. I learned to speak Spanish. I've gained a whole new set of friends and family, and if I could recommend it, it's something that I would deem necessary to do in someone's life, because it's just such a fulfilling, amazing experience. And actually, I'm taking a year off after this to go to Ecuador, and relive it again.
Was there any homesickness, or what was it like when you left? Had that been the first time you'd been really away from home?
Yeah, for that period of time, it was the longest I've been away from home. There was definitely a lot of homesickness in the first few weeks, but once you adjust, it's kind of more about getting the most out of your time there and knowing you'll see your family again, and just learning to get over it and just living in the moment, and having fun while you can.
Kind of ties in with the diversity of East and your high school experience,
Oh,
doesn't it?
absolutely, absolutely.
Now, you're experiencing some things a lot of students don't get till they're in college.
Yeah.
So you feel as you're transitioning that you've got an extra, maybe a step, or it's just the experiences are going to help you as you enter the next phase of your life?
I mean, definitely it's going to help. Just getting out and experiencing new cultures, new ways of life, that's only going to be beneficial. It's tough, and it takes like a mental toll while you're there, but it's totally worth it. You learn how to deal with situations on your own. You just become a lot more independent, and going forward to college or living on your own, that's huge.
Still, you're a Packers fan, and obviously your favorite opponent's Madison being so close. But favorite movie, Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo, yeah. Finding Nemo was a classic for me. It came out when I was just starting to come into my own as a little kid, and it was just a really entertaining movie. Lots of bright colors, which was big for me as a little kid. Just all in general, all like Pixar cartoons I've just loved. I mean, they've been great. So
You're looking forward to the sequel, another one coming out, another
there's
Finding
another
Nemo?
one coming out. That's exciting. I guess so.
I didn't know that. Okay, there you go. Favorite restaurant, Monty's Boot Plate Diner?
Yeah.
Favorite meal?
I work at Monty's, so I've
Okay.
been going there since I was really little, probably like 5 or 6. And if you go there, I'd recommend getting the feta dill burger. That's my personal favorite.
Okay. Places you've been to Portland, Oregon, trips, and then you want to go to Arches National Park in Utah. What makes that place special?
It's just I've seen pictures of it, and I don't want to say that I'm a huge outdoorsman, but I do like getting out, and I do like seeing different sights. And obviously, Madison, Wisconsin is not the environmental plethora of beauty. It's a nice place. I love it, but this Arches National Park in Utah is just this giant, just amazing, magnificent, like canyon and like rock formation natural park, and it's extremely unique, extremely one of a kind, and it's someplace that I would really like to visit.
You big into hiking too?
I'm huge into hiking.
It said you get your news from other people. Are you into the social networking?
I am.
Your generation now with looking at Facebook, Twitter, anything in particular you follow?
Yeah, I'm very into social networking. It's a pretty big part of my life. I don't really like to sit down and watch the local news for an hour, so I usually just hear what goes on. I'll look on my phone and see what's going on Twitter, or see what people are saying on Facebook. If you want to follow me on Twitter, by the way, Diego Montoya 100.
Okay, there we go. I'll add that one to my list. Said if you could have changed anything, you would have gotten into swimming before high school. You had that. It sounds like it was just a great experience for you with friends and the sport.
It definitely was, and the thing about swimming is, like like I said before, it's something you can do for a long time, and it's something that you can get good at really young. It would have been really cool to do swimming as a kid, just because I know I would have been a lot better by my senior year. And it's funny, like, sitting there senior year and looking at your times, you know that they're like 12 and 13-year-olds that are going so much faster. And it would have been cool to be one of those kids, just to be going crazy fast at a really young age.
And as far as activities, a lot of your volunteer work has involved the Big Brothers and Big Sisters. How did you become involved in that, and how long have you been a part of the program?
Well, my mom used to work for them. She was one of their coordinators for the Latino matches, because she speaks Spanish. And usually, I mean, they would have a lot of events. Like, we would go down to the museum in Chicago whenever they would open a new exhibit, and there was a lot of volunteer work involved in that, just like getting the kids to come around, like organizing lunches and all that stuff. And then Camera Day at the zoo is a huge one for them. And that's always really fun to organize. And it's just generally it's just like working with kids, and it's not like monotonous, like boring, like whatever volunteer work. It's like getting to know people, and it's just like really amazing, and it helps you learn a lot about yourself and a lot about other people, and it's just a great opportunity to have.
You list career goal: do what I love what I do. Sounds like a people person, and the sky's the limit for your future at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people have very distinct plans for their future, but I can't say that I do. I just want to go out and find something that I love to do and see if I can do it for a living.
And I guess the last question would be advice you'd have for a freshman coming into school. Pass on maybe a little bit of your experience.
Yeah, I guess just make yourself as open as possible. Get involved as much stuff as you can. Don't be afraid to talk to people. The upperclassmen here are really nice. They're really accepting of whoever you want to be. So, like, don't be afraid to talk to people. Don't be a stranger. Just East is a big community, so get involved in that community and just be a part of it. Do your best. Do the best you can.